test, okay, good, okay. Alrighty.
This was the golf tournament.
This is a reconvening of the CCU special meeting that was last recessed on August 4th, 2021, until today at 3:30. We are running a little late. I have 4:06 on my clock. For the record, those present are myself, Commissioner Mchako, Commissioner Sanchez, Commissioner Santos, and Commissioner Martinez. This is a special meeting that's been continuing regarding the selection of a new GWA staff attorney. And everybody, there are copies of the proposed contract as an offer as a counter from the candidate, and that would be this one. And then this one shows you some of where the track changes have occurred. Okay, but
The track changes are the proposed changes requested by the candidate?
Right, and it's reflected in this proposed counteroffer. That's why this is important. This is a counteroffer. Okay?
I'm sorry, which document is the counter?
The
That's-
thicker,
that's-
the bigger bold,
The bigger,
font.
this one,
Which is the same exact one, just with the track changes.
yes. But what I'm saying,
This accepted all the track changes?
Yes.
yes,
Oh, okay.
Just highlighted.
yes. But what I'm saying is, this one to me is, in other words, this is what she put together and said, here, this is the counteroffer.
And the track changes. just
But
helps
we
us-
wanted to
helps us
show,
compare.
yeah,
Correct.
just to see where the track changes occur, okay?
And then, Mr. Chairman, I guess for the
Sure.
record too, in open session at the last meeting on June 18th, 2021, I made a motion to offer candidate A salary at the 20th percentile
Right.
of $125,620
Right.
and all other standard government employee
Benefits, right.
Okay, so
Okay. That meeting was the meeting of August 4th. The original meeting started
continued
is
on August 4th.
from
Thank you,
June,
sir.
okay,
Thank you.
just for
Thank you, Mr.
clarity.
Yes.
Okay, so, any thoughts? Do we want to accept the counteroffer? Do we want to offer to make some changes and send it back to the candidate?
Was the salary accepted?
Yes.
Okay, so now it's just
that's-
wording of the
Yeah,
contract?
that's why it's in yellow, so the salary is accepted,
Okay.
okay? So that, everything in here is accepted by the candidate. That's why it's important to look at this one too. Okay?
Well, not necessarily accepted, there were changes that she had edited. So she didn't accept the original language, she
Right.
made changes to language, so we need
Right.
to address those.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is, this is what she submitted to me.
If
As-
we
as-
accept,
as
if we
her-
accept all our track changes.
Yes, if you take all her track changes, this is what she submitted. So if we want to make a change, look at what she did here. That's what I recommend anyway.
Well, I think it's important that we all understand what was submitted initially, to evaluate what she countered with, because I don't
Right,
think
sure.
we all know what
the candidate-
was submitted
sure.
originally.
Sure.
Okay, so shall we just go through each change?
Sure.
And we're in open
Recommend we
session.
go through every single one of them and.
We're in
Yeah.
open
Can we-
session. We're
Mr.
in
Chair,
open
can I
session.
just recommend that we vote on each and every item, that way, for the record?
I'm
At least say no
I'm
objection.
fine
Okay,
with
there
that.
you go, there you go.
I'm fine with that.
That's good.
All right, let's do it.
And we are in open session, right?
Yes, this is open session.
So page one.
All right.
So in section one, the candidate is proposing a start date of September 13, 2021?
Right.
Any
This-
objection?
No objection?
No objection.
objection.
Okay, so that's one down.
Okay.
Okay.
And then in 201, candidate is using the word, instead of his, is using the word their, best efforts. So no objection on my part.
No.
No objection
But can
from
I
you?
just ask
Sure.
for clarification, because so in 2.02 there, the CCU agrees employee may be involved in professional, civic, social activities not in conflict with his or her duties as the attorney. Can you just explain that? What type of,
That's.
I think the idea is that outside of work, she can be involved in things.
yeah,
But she just has to be careful that as she chooses to be involved in professional, civic, or social activities, that she can't, or the candidate can't participate in activities that would conflict with the duties, that candidate's duties, as an attorney,
Okay.
right?
Which would probably limit her, she probably couldn't practice law, right? That
Yeah,
would be
that would
against,
be
Yeah, that's a
that
good
would be
example.
against it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know,
Okay.
if she wanted to open up a convenience store, she's probably okay to do that, right?
Or if she wanted to become part of the Lions Club
Right.
or
Yeah,
participate in an
Yeah,
organization.
Rotary.
Rotary.
You can't open a convenience store downstairs.
Oh, no, not downstairs.
on premise.
And she can't open a full-time convenience store where she's there full-time.
So that's what that means.
Because her full-time, the candidate's full-time job is
Correct.
here. Right, okay,
Which is a good clause.
okay.
Okay,
I mean, I think that protects everybody.
So no objection from me.
Yeah,
no Okay.
objection, O2.
Okay.
So, and then do we want to, I'm sorry, in 201, the candidate prefers the phrase "there," so do we want to just make "there"
Yeah.
the operative description of the candidate's gender, I guess, is the appropriate language? Because I noticed
Yeah.
in subsequent pages, the change wasn't always made.
yeah. I think,
So the candidate's preferring "there,"
there.
I don't have an objection to
I
that.
don't have a problem.
No objection.
Okay. As long as it's consistent.
Yeah.
Then the next one is in 3.01, benefits and compensation, and then,
Well, 2.02, we
Did I
don't have
miss one? I'm
problems
sorry.
taking out the or contrary to law?
sorry,
No, she struck
No.
that, no problem, okay, no, I just wanna make sure.
yeah, no
Okay.
objection, no objection, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, 3.01.
Wait, can we go back to 2.05?
We're not there yet, sir.
Oh,
We're at 3.01, right?
Yes.
No, he wanted to go 2.05?
2.05, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
5.
No changes, but you had a question?
Yeah, I just need clarification on that one.
okay,
Where it says here that for the term of this agreement, CCU and shall receive direction from and report administratively to the general manager of GWA in a manner formally defined, adopted in the policies and or organization charts of GWA. Now, with that, we're gonna just move down to the, I don't know if you wanna jump that far, but to the performance evaluation. Okay, 4.04. Now, it requires that CCU, us, do a performance evaluation. My question would be, do you think management should also submit a performance evaluation?
yeah, Simon, why don't you explain this, or Mike, why don't you explain this one? You know,
Okay,
how
either way,
we-
go ahead.
Doesn't matter. What's the question, Per?
Okay, on the top part, on that 2.05, where it says that shall receive direction from, she's gonna get direction from management to do her work here.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a meet and agree form between the manager and the attorney that specifies the specific key performance metrics that she has to hit, right? So, the general manager for GWA and the attorney will meet. They'll agree saying, these are the items you will be evaluated on and be expected to meet, right? So that establishes what the performance evaluation will be based on. And that will also be how the general manager will manage that employee to those key metrics. And in the evaluation portion, all we're gonna do is evaluate how she performed against those metrics that she was notified, or they were notified upon prior to starting their work for that fiscal year. Does that answer your question?
Sure did,
Okay.
yeah.
So it does, there is gonna be a meet and agree between the general manager and attorney, and they're going to say, okay, this is what the general manager expects, and the attorney is gonna say, I agree, and to follow these metrics, and then that will be the basis for what the CCU will
Evaluates.
evaluate that attorney on.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
And that's actually something we came up with, I think. Yeah, okay. So back to 3.01.
Yeah,
Anybody?
yeah, I just, it's all right. That word classified employees, so is the legal counsel also considered classified? Or a contract employee or both? If you go up further with 3.01, the benefits. GWA shall provide employee with compensation, incentive, and standard government of Guam benefits and payments as occurred to classified employees of GWA. So my question is it considered a classified employee or?
I
No.
don't believe it's
No.
a classified.
I believe they're unclassified,
They're
but the
unclassified.
idea that you can be unclassified, but you can still qualify for, we can give an unclassified employee, or as you know, any
Yeah.
agency can give an unclassified employee benefits. And all we're trying to say in this section is, whatever our standard benefits, like health insurance,
Yeah.
participation in the retirement program if you wish and are qualified, that are available for classified, we, by practice, have always also made them available to the unclassified.
Right.
Right? And we're just repeating that this candidate qualifies for being offered the benefits that are also offered to
So,
classified employees.
yeah, and in addition to that, Leroy, basically the black there is the original language, which is kind of broad. In other words, incentives and standard government of Guam benefits. So the candidate chose to elaborate a little bit more on that. So the red part is saying workman's compensation, group life insurance. I think we included that under standard government of Guam benefits. But I think the candidate chose to clarify it a little bit more. That's my understanding.
And it's interesting that we put benefits before salary. I mean, usually in a contract, first, here's your salary.
And then there's your
and
benefits.
Here's your benefit.
Yeah.
We went, I mean, I don't really care. If we don't care, then I don't care, but I noticed that we put benefits before. I'm not sure, the candidate crossed out the phrase "and compensation" in line 1, but then keeps the word compensation throughout the rest of the section. So I'm not sure. I mean,
Do you want us to get legal counsel in here?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
You take it out of your title, but you use it 4 times in your paragraph. The title of the paragraph is benefits and compensation, unless the thinking was compensation is in section 4, so section 3 is benefits. Maybe we should flip it. Maybe we should say, under compensation 401, make that number 3, and then make number 4 benefits, right?
Yeah.
We compensate somebody their salary, and then we offer them benefits. And maybe flip 401 and make it 301, and make 301 401, so that it flows. Here's your salary, and then here's your benefits. And then you can get rid of the word compensation, because in section 4, which would become section 3, we already say what your compensation is. We don't need to repeat compensation the rest of the contract.
So you're saying
So a suggestion would
take
be,
3,
make number 4, current number 4 compensation,
everything there.
make it number 3.
3,
And
make
then
number
make
3,
number 3,
number 4.
and 302, move that to number 4. So the first thing we say is, here's your salary.
Okay.
And then here's your, maybe call it employee benefits.
Well, okay, just for clarity.
Okay.
Basically, this is the way we set it up. This was part of the standard contract that we did for Miguel.
Right.
So I'm just saying, the candidate followed that.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not questioning the count. This is a draft we gave them, but as I read it, I'm kind of going,
We should change it.
yeah. just-
No, I just
That's all.
wanted to point.
No, I'm not questioning. You did the right thing.
We're just saying that I agree with Commissioner Sanchez that it
Yeah.
should be fixed now. Since we're making the changes,
Yeah.
let's just fix it now. This will be the new template going forward.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
So my first proposal would be to take what is currently number 4, compensation, with subsection 401, salary, and make that number 3.
Okay,
Any objection to that?
No
Okay.
objection.
And then make number 3, section 4, and now let's just work on the Fino English. As
Okay.
Frank,
For
as your dad used to
For-
always
for
say.
clarity?
Let's work on the Fino English.
Commissioner Sanchez, for clarity, so you're taking just number 4, the salary, the compensation part up, and making that a new number 3. And you're-
I'm okay with leaving the title called compensation.
Yeah, no, I agree. But what I'm
Okay.
saying is, it's only that first paragraph. You're gonna leave medical coverage, personal leave, and everything else under 4. And you're taking the benefits and resources and putting it down to 4?
No, I think the
The whole four.
the flow of the entire 4 should follow.
Okay, so,
Okay, I'm
So-
open to that.
so, okay, that's what I'm trying to make sure I understand.
I see, I apologize, because I didn't see the rest of 4.
The rest of 4.
I
so-
guess based on what I was originally thinking, I was thinking 401 would be 3, right?
Yeah.
And then, I guess I was willing to combine compensation and benefits,
Yeah.
together, so that the can't, in 2 immediate sections, they know this is my salary, this is my benefits. Now, I didn't, my bad was that there's a bunch more of 4, but to me, 402, 3, 4 is all part of benefits. Compensation sort of stands by itself. You're being paid $9 an hour.
That's what I'm trying to.
You're being paid.
I want to know what you want to do.
So,
We can chop it up.
if it's okay with my suggestion was simply take 401 and make that
301.
number 3,
301.
and it'll say compensation and 301 salary.
And move, and for clarity, move
Oh, okay, and then we can move 301, 2, and
302,
40,
down to.
make all of that flow
On the
underneath.
4.
Correct.
Right?
Does that make
No,
sense? Yeah,
No,
that works for me, if that works for the colleagues.
Okay.
Exactly. So
No,
the
no problem.
benefits will be become 401,
yeah.
and it'll flow from 402, 403, 404.
And just
under
renumber
benefits.
402 to whatever the next number is, right?
No,
in
no,
other
you
words-
would keep it because benefits will now become 401, right?
Yeah, well,
Right,
yeah, but
right.
benefits 301 would now be 401, then
And then-
302 would be 402.
No,
Is that-
No, everything else
it'll
can
just-
flow.
Everything else will flow, so benefits become 401, and then 402 will fall under medical coverage.
Oh, okay,
Which is
okay.
also a benefit, personal leave, performance evaluation,
Yeah,
et
yeah.
cetera, conference and training.
Okay,
So the other way we could look at it, Mr.
Okay, no
Chair, is
problem.
we could make just the paragraph 4 and 401, which is compensation and salary, make that a standalone number 3. Then the next, I'm with Commissioner Limtiaco, the next section 4 would just be called benefits. And it would start with 301, 302,
Okay.
402,
So I'm clear.
403.
Okay.
I think that's what.
That's
the
correct.
Commissioner-
Okay.
That's the way I saw it.
okay, the only thing is, okay, if you do that, you have the 301 that becomes 401,
Yes, sir.
and then 302 becomes 402,
Yep.
but then you already have a 402 on the next page.
No,
That's
no.
what I'm
Well, then
saying.
that becomes 3, 403, 404,
Yeah, you
405.
just renumber it.
Just
Yeah,
renumber.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get
Yes,
it.
yes, and just renumber accordingly.
Just renumber
Yeah,
everything
yes,
after that.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
no problem.
yes.
Okay.
But I think it all should flow down from like resources and conference and training should all come after traditional benefits like,
In fact, maybe we could-
medical coverage
Right.
and personal leave.
Because there's a section 405, conferences and training, maybe we can just merge that one section all into that, right, the language.
Okay.
I'm with Commissioner
Now,
Limpiano.
this again, I'm going to say, is the template that we developed.
No, no,
So,
right, right.
so
We're
I don't
changing
mind redoing it. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure I get it right.
Yeah, no, we
Okay?
should change it,
So-
but it
so-
is,
No, we
It's
can
a better
change it.
flow.
I
like,
just,
for example,
so-
performance evaluation, was not part of the original, contract, but it was put in the benefit section. It should be its own section. It's not a benefit. It's an entirely
Job
separate
requirement.
portion of the contract.
okay, so,
So who put that in there? I don't understand why it would go under benefits.
okay.
I agree with
That-
Commissioner.
That was put in because I told you that's the way the.
No, it should be in the contract,
Yeah,
Mr. Chair, but not
okay.
under benefits.
Okay, so help me
It's
here.
not a benefit.
I want to make sure I get this right.
Yep.
Okay.
How about I just mark it up?
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
and then you'll give it to me later?
Yep. I'll
Okay.
give it to you now, just.
Yeah,
No, no, no.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
think we can verbalize, so we know now.
Yeah, I just
we're-
don't
we're-
wanna get
my-
lost.
I'm on the same page with
Yeah, that's fine.
Commissioner Limtiaco. Three is now compensation, 301 salary, okay? That number on the bottom, 4 and 401 now become 3 and 301, right? And then, Commissioner Limtiaco, did you want to just flow everything thereafter? Or did you want to start something called benefits that is separate from salary? What's your?
No, it already said, it starts off with benefits, right, 401, or do you want its own title instead of compensation?
Oh, I see, you keep the title and just renumber it. Okay,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm with, okay, so,
Yeah.
compensation, 401 salary now becomes 3 and 301. Then benefits becomes 4 and 401 to, we'll review the language of, all the rest of the 4s, right? To see if that's what we want, but that, we're saying, here's your salary, here's your benefits.
Okay,
right? And we're flipping 4 with 3, we're flipping 401 with 3 and 301, 302, and then we're gonna continue everything on 402, we'll continue under benefits.
okay.
Did that make sense to you?
Yes.
That make sense? Okay.
Okay, but I thought I heard Commissioner Chalco say he wanted a separate section.
We're gonna
for the
do a separate
performance?
section for performance evaluation,
Okay.
because it's,
Yes.
it's in the benefits section and it's.
No,
the
no, no,
benefit.
It
I
can
agree with
stand
you.
alone.
I just, I'm trying to follow this.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, yeah,
I'm writing it down, sir.
Okay,
Okay, so,
So the performance evaluation could be at number 5,
well, yeah.
because it's a
it would-
standalone.
yeah.
Yes.
yes.
Yes,
Exactly.
and then
And
all
we
the
can
numbering
renumber-
would be changes.
Right,
All the
right.
numbers would
We
change.
can renumber it, exactly.
Would renumber.
Okay,
Okay,
so,
so I don't have problems with this, I like this.
okay,
It's cleaning up our contract.
yeah, each one we
Okay.
get better at.
Yeah.
So, now, so under compensation though, which is now section 3,
Yeah,
and 301 salary, the salary looks correct, is the number that was discussed in open
Right.
session, right? And I think the only other concern I would have is the proposed language change from the candidate, which on the bottom of what currently is 401, and
Yeah.
it's in yellow.
yeah,
And shall be kept competitive with pay scales for attorneys working within similarly sized utility agencies or as adopted by the CCU.
yeah.
So,
The challenge I have is the word shall gives us no, what if the person doesn't do a good job? And the way that language reads is regardless of how that person is doing, we shall keep their pay competitive with pay scales of attorneys. And at the end of the day, the 7 people serve at our pleasure. There's no such thing as shall. We don't have to shall anything. If we don't like them, we let them go. We don't even have to have a good reason.
I'm trying to figure out how do we word it?
well, if I
One might
may-
be to just, maybe we can put it in performance evaluation, where we say pay shall be commensurate with performance evaluation.
We could,
But we're not, but don't put in language that forces us to keep you competitive. If we do wage services, surveys every 2 or 3 years, the salary creeps up. And the candidate will say, under this language, say, well, I'm entitled to the 20th percentile, now I want $5,000, you have to pay me, we shall pay them $5,000. Well, it depends on how good a job they made, if
well,
they did.
the other part of it is that language could be read as, and shall be kept competitive as adopted by the CCU. So,
Well-
I think she was trying, I think there was maybe an attempt to say you have to follow this criteria, but the way I read this sentence, and legal counsel can opine on it, but it could also mean shall be kept competitive as adopted by the CCU, so it's really whatever we.
Right, and to me, I was surprised when the language was put in, and then the candidate retained the language as adopted by the CCU, which is sort of where I'm coming from, and perhaps other colleagues are, is, hey, you serve at our pleasure, we set your pay, period.
Okay.
So whether we keep it competitive or not, whether we keep it above, we can move you up, we can move you below, we can discipline you
Okay.
for cause.
Okay,
I don't
So-
want to be forced to pay them
so I go back.
based on some scale, regardless of performance.
Okay, I think the candidate was taking a look at this from the original wording that says as prescribed by the CCU policy, which was in the original contract, which was in our,
Yeah.
okay? And I think when we did this, we were talking about the migration, I think, to 50th percentile and all that stuff. So kind of agree with Mike that I'm not bothered by the language because there's that word "or" as adopted by the CCU. So, we
Yeah,
could.
but I mean, to me, the problem is if you're gonna adopt the last 4 words, you don't need the rest of the sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Right.
okay,
Another-
no,
I
so.
like Commissioner Sanchez's language that says will be commensurate with the evaluation.
Yes. In
Why
fact,
don't- could I
in fact,
just-
notice how it says, any adjustments to the salary of the employee shall be based on annual performance evaluations
Yeah,
as
As
prescribed by CCU policy. I'd like that original language, period, and just tell the candidate, and the rationale is, the suggested language from the candidate puts the commission in a position where we're forced to keep the pay competitive with pay scales regardless of performance.
Okay,
Whereas the intention is, we will pay you based on performance.
Yeah.
okay.
So that's just a strikeout of all the.
Another, yeah, we
the
would,
new
we would
language.
reject her
Okay, wait,
proposed
wait.
change.
Yep.
I have a thought though, before we finish.
That's a
Finish right
proposal.
there. That, I like that. I was just gonna say, I wouldn't mind striking most of it out, and after, as prescribed by CCU policy, I would put "and adopted by the CCU."
Well, it's redundant, it says the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says any adjustments to the salary shall be based on
I'm fine.
annual performance.
So you're taking care of that, right? Okay.
I did, but I mean, I did it on my sheets, sir, but I think we're all like gonna vote on it, right? So
Yes.
if we're all in agreement, we just.
Well, tell Francis
Okay.
no.
No problem.
We're still on the salary portion.
Yeah, we were just, it wasn't the amount, it was just some wordsmithing.
Okay.
There was some concern about the language the candidate added, says
Yeah.
shall be kept competitive, which means the CCU, if the salary scale goes up, the CCU must make the salary of this candidate go up, regardless of performance. That was our concern. Well, what if the candidate what if Alan Searle does a survey and the attorney's salary goes up $5,000, but this attorney got a bad performance evaluation? We shouldn't be forced to raise it just because it's competitive with attorneys working other similar
So the
stuff.
proposal is to strike the yellow part.
Is to reject her proposal,
Yeah.
because,
Her proposed language.
right.
Yeah, the yellow part.
So
And to
to
keep it,
strike
it show,
out-
And
that the
just stop
employee
with
shall be
the-
based on annual performance evaluations as prescribed by, and I would get rid of the word the, by CCU policy. Just kind of keep our original language. That was the
Okay,
debate.
I'm okay with that.
That was the debate.
The question I have on salary is, I know this word, when we were in the legislature, there was always a thing about appropriations, right? That a contract is no good if it doesn't have an appropriation. What she's asking here is to be paid every 2 weeks regardless of whether there's money in the bank account or not. Is that my reading?
Well, yeah, I
no,
think you're right, but I think, in protection of the candidate, they're saying, hey, you agree to pay me.
But that's not.
Well, it's up to us.
There's no.
This,
I'm just saying that's the way it was, right? And I don't know if it was ever taken out of the law now, but prior to that, the only people in law that were guaranteed their salaries, governor, lieutenant governors, and senators. You shall be paid every 2 weeks. Period. Didn't say anything about where the money was coming from. Just said you shall be paid every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Do you want to change
No,
that?
I just wanna say that.
I mean, do we want to say
there
subject
should
to
be
availability?
of funds. I don't, we just can't guarantee that, I don't know, that's just my thought. I mean, if we
Yeah.
don't pass a budget, to my understanding, everything stops, right? Or I'm curious, if we don't agree to a budget on September 30th, does GWA and GPA stop or it must continue because of our bond covenant? I know we've never reached, but GovGuam has gone through that, right? We've
But-
been in a situation where the government shut down because
They didn't pass
the legislature did not pass the budget.
That's
So
an interesting
if
question
the
because,
CCU fails to pass the budget, what happens to it?
But,
I'm just
but,
throwing it out there.
but,
Again,
but typically this is paid in arrears, right? So they've already performed the work, right? And then you're compensating them every 2 weeks for the work that they perform, yeah.
So I'm just putting it out there, like that I've seen before.
you know,
Subject to the availability.
I would look at it a little differently.
Yeah.
I understand the general government may look at it that way,
Yeah.
but we are such a critical agency that we're gonna pay our people. I mean,
But there's such a thing, hey, Joey, that we've seen in government as a pay was paid.
I know, but when it comes to the bonds, for example, the bonds say that the money flows in a certain way. In other words, every dollar is pledged already to the bondholders, every dollar. So, but the bondholder says, but I want you to take the money and pay your
Pay us
employees. Pay the employees. He says the money can flow down, if I remember the way it flows, Simon help me out. it flows into, you know, you gotta pay your obligations, you gotta pay the debt service and everything. But it flows down like that, so
the
you're always,
waterfall. But I think all Commissioner
Like a
Santos is worried about is, and I think it's that phrase, subject to the availability of funds, is that there has been some experiences in other government
Yeah,
entities
somewhere
where,
else, but-
let's say we get to October 1 and we have not passed the budget for the Guam Waterworks Authority. Are we obligating ourselves to pay this particular this particular employee every 2 weeks without, you know,
well,
without any, whether there's money or not, right?
and I would say that because of the bonds, we're obligating ourselves, because the bond holders are the ones who say, that's my dollar, not your dollar. And so therefore, I want it to go to pay, because they're interested in getting paid back. So they want the employee paid, they want, you know, everything paid. There's a certain, Simon, do you know the actual?
No, I know what you're saying, but I think the bondholders don't care whether you pay them once a month, twice a
Oh,
month,
no,
every 2 weeks.
they don't care when, how we pay them.
First
but-
and 16th, right?
But
They don't-
but I think there's a difference here. You know, in the government of Guam, you can say, well, we don't have that clause. So basically, if they don't pass a budget, the government shuts down. I think the bondholders don't want us to shut down.
No, I agree, but.
No.
But we
and
still have
that's
to
what
pass
I'm-
a budget.
I
So there
know.
could be the point,
We have to pass a budget, but I would not put in anything here that says subject to availability of funds, because that's not the way this, and I could be wrong, but that's not the way I remember it flows.
And move on, I'm
Okay.
just saying that's.
Okay,
Yeah, can, yeah.
okay.
No, maybe we can change the word there where it says employees shall be paid, on the regular government of Guam pay days. I mean,
No, I think that's kind of,
Yeah.
you know, it's
That's-
general, you
In
get
fact,
paid.
although I don't know if GWA, well, as we know, GovGuam doesn't all pay on the same day,
yeah. So,
right?
get into this, and I know exactly
Yeah.
what
All
you're talking about.
right,
Yeah.
some are
They
paid
get
on
paid on
Tuesday,
Wednesday,
Thursday, Friday, right?
Yeah. So-
Tuesday.
I think it's all right the way, I think it's all right the way it is.
Or we can,
We're striking that out.
Yeah, but we're we're striking the yellow part out. Okay?
in fact, maybe, why don't we take out GovGuam, put in GWA paydays? So, on the regular GWA payday.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever
Yeah, no,
GWA
I like
pays,
that.
that's when you get it.
Yeah,
you know,
I like that.
And
You're
we
right.
don't know, that's
I
what we
didn't
have,
even catch that.
that's what we have tolling and
Yeah, yeah.
you figure all that stuff out and make sure they get paid.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
done.
next.
Okay.
The medical coverage, I don't think the employee did anything with that. I think that's out of our thing.
Do we want the word similar or do it say the same?
Which one?
The same medical insurance programs which are offered, not similar. In other words, we're with Stay Well and Select Care. And the candidate says, well, I have this other kind of insurance policy over here, and it's equivalent, but I want to be paid by the Lincoln Life health insurance policy, right?
I don't know. What do you think?
So similar, all I'm proposing is the word the same, all I was suggesting is change the word similar to the same medical insurance program.
I'll give you a good example.
Go ahead.
So, what she's asking here is maybe the contribution that she will get as a family.
This is our language. She didn't
This is
change.
our language.
She didn't change anything here.
Yeah,
Okay, so,
I don't,
I think what every government employee thinks is that, hey, this is the medical insurance plan you got, that's it.
yeah.
Okay? What you're saying is that you can say, I have an option, or, I'm sorry, do I have an option to get another insurance plan, which is similar, okay?
Yeah, that word
And all you're obligated to do is pay
The
my
same.
benefit for whatever the same class, right? So, it's, you're only providing the government contribution, right? That's our obligation, and no more.
So should we, so it made me think that would it be better to say, employees shall be provided access to the same medical insurance programs which are offered?
All GWA.
Yeah, because you don't have to take it,
Yeah,
right?
you're right. It's
So
all-
would that be a better phrase? Employees shall be provided access to the same.
Yeah.
I like the phrase "the same" versus "similar." That eliminates. You don't pull in some other plan from some other place. We give you access to GovGuam health insurance.
Correct.
Take it or leave it.
Okay.
Right?
I'm-
So,
This,
so
I'm
I would
fine.
So
propose,
we have to fix up the Finnish English and that.
Yeah,
so,
that's
well,
our
so my,
language we're
so my
fixing up.
proposal is employees shall be provided access to the same medical insurance programs which are offered to employees of GWA.
I think you just eliminate the word access and just say exactly what you said, provide the same medical program.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
but they
just
may not wanna
provide
take it.
medical
That's what I'm saying,
insurance
just
They,
keep
they
access.
can choose to not take it.
But
This is-
just
this doesn't
access.
Oh, I
All
see.
you're
Just-
giving
oh,
them
by
is
providing
access.
access, you still
Yeah,
need
yeah.
discretion. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm good, I'm good. So
So
what's,
you're-
what's
you're
the new,
making the
what's the new
change, right?
Finnish?
It's
Employees
a-
shall be provided,
Your first revision, the same?
employees shall be provided access?
No, the same.
No,
Shall be
just
provided the
provided
same
medical
medical insurance
insurance program.
programs.
Just,
You
just,
didn't add the word access. You
Just
were
take
adding the
out
word
the word
Oh,
access
okay,
Similar.
without the word access.
without the word access, that's all. Which I agree.
Insurance program.
yeah.
I guess the only reason I wrestle with the access, what if my spouse, I have no clue, what if my spouse has a better program and I don't, you're comfortable with that this language gives them the discretion not to
Yeah.
accept it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll provide it, that
This-
doesn't mean you have to accept it.
yeah. Yeah, we're just providing it.
Okay, good.
Because
Okay.
what we don't want to do is we don't want to get into, oh, well, I want to choose this one and then figure out a way
Yeah.
to pay that person to.
Well, I'm with you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm on
yeah.
here's
Yeah.
Gov one, take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
So
If
the
you wanna go on your
right
husband's
word-
plan, that's
The
okay.
right word should be the same group health insurance plans, not medical, because
Group
you
health,
can
the
also
same-
elect to take dental
There you go. I like
The
that, I
same
like that.
group health.
Health insurance
plans,
Same
plans.
programs, same,
group
which are offered to the employees of GWA.
health
The same
And
group
why- and
medical
I-
insurance plan? All right.
Group health insurance.
insurance
Group health
programs.
insurance program.
Which are offered to.
Programs.
And
Programs
then,
is okay?
I don't know why, can we not capitalize employees if the word employee? I don't know why that, employees, I don't know why that got capitalized.
Typo. This is our language.
No, I understand,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm,
So,
we're
no,
fixing it up as we,
fixing it- Yeah, no, it's good, it's all good. Okay,
Okay.
moving on? Okay, personal leave. I think she was.
what was the problem with the strike through?
The employee is trying to, I think, because we said that she takes direction from the general manager, I think the employee's trying to clarify that if she's going to take personal leave, she can just get an approval from the general manager.
No, but we gotta define it.
No, well,
What if the
she's
general
defining
manager, what if the general manager says, I'll give you 60 days
No,
personal leave?
she's, no, because this thing says we give 30 days.
She struck it out, though.
Right, she struck it out.
Which one?
There's no limit.
Yeah.
There's
she
no
struck
defined
it.
limit.
I don't know why she struck it out.
Oh.
This is standard, this is like defining medical insurance plan. This is what we're giving you. We'll give you personal leave, but we're defining personal leave. We would, I'm surprised you would take it out.
You know what?
In fact,
It's-
as it reads
Hello?
now, it doesn't
Hey,
explain
I'm
what
in a
is
meeting right
personal
now.
leave.
Can I call you
It
right
just
back?
says all leave is approved by the GM. It could be
This is
for,
Jesse?
hey, I'm going to a wedding this afternoon and, yeah.
So would we want to, would we not want?
Well, I
The
wanna
general
define
manager
it.
to manage, the
No,
general
we're
manager.
not, all leave requests, no matter how you define leave, still has to be approved by the GM. But we
Yeah.
describe what is personal leave.
Okay, so what I was gonna suggest is put back the yellow part that's striked out
Yes,
and just
yes.
leave the rest.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, but we don't know
Okay.
why that was struck out. We don't know why
I
that whole.
think, I know, I don't wanna read the candidate's mind, so maybe it was that, I'm guessing, maybe it's because we highlighted the general manager. And so she thought, the candidate thought, I don't need to put that in. I'll just- never
was-
mind.
There was no, she has no issue with the general manager.
No, that's what I'm saying, I think
She
she
had
was.
an issue with the definition of personal leave, and we're
Yeah,
wondering why.
I think she was just simplifying. I don't know what her,
Well,
I don't know.
I do have a
So-
concern with this, because this came up in the interview, when we said, hey, if there was an issue of me going to the bank to make a deposit, yeah, sure, you follow the employee policy, you take leave.
Right. Right.
So I think,
And
I agree with
think-
Commissioner
and-
Sanchez
and
that we have to
that's-
define the amount of leave she is entitled to.
And what
Well,
leave is.
and I don't have a problem. What I'm saying is you put back the yellow part that was stricken out.
Yep.
And just let it, leave it that way.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
That's what we're agreeing to.
We're
We're
agreeing with it.
with
We're
it.
saying,
Okay.
We don't agree with the proposed strike-through. We would like to retain the original language we proposed and add, actually that, if you remove the strike-through, I'm okay with section 403.
Okay.
With the track changes proposed in red. But I'm not comfortable with striking through the black portion, the highlighted yellow, black language that defines what personal leave
Okay.
is.
Okay.
And why do we care if it requires off-island travel? Why do we have to concur? Or why does the CCU chairman have to concur?
I don't know, but it was in our original language, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No. Yeah, I think,
as long as the general manager approves the leave, I mean,
That's one less decision.
no,
You know,
so
when-
I'm fine.
when-
So I wouldn't mind striking out the concurrence of the CCU chairman.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Put a
I'm
period after
saying
general
that-
manager.
That was part of our original
Yeah,
language,
no
that's all I'm
problem, no
saying.
problem.
So I don't have a problem.
Yeah, so
but
we're
Joey,
gonna
on-
strike
on-
all of
Just
it.
put a period after the word general manager.
Got it?
On the part, on the benefits, we already specify that the benefits shall provide the employee compensation, standard government of Guam benefits and payments.
Okay,
All of this, I mean, it's already
Okay.
spelled out there, and
I agree. So after general manager, putting period and that's it?
That's
Yep.
it.
Okay.
And retain the
Retain
strike.
Put
the
put
original
everything
language.
that
Retain
was,
the original
yeah,
language.
the yellow part. Yeah, no problem. I like that.
Okay.
I don't want to be involved either.
So performance evaluation is gonna get moved down to item number
Yes,
5,
a
right?
separate, yeah. But let's finish conference and training. That should also be part of benefit.
Oh, well, we can talk about performance evaluation as written, though. Is everybody okay with that?
I
So,
just
so we
wanna
didn't
delete one
propose.
word, on the second line,
Which?
the word "the," as prescribed by law and CCU policy. I don't know what the CCU policy is. We may have more than one, right? So just, the Fino English struck me as awkward.
Okay.
Got it. So we didn't actually propose a performance evaluation. She just came up with this on herself?
No. What I did is, I went and I explained what was voted on in the open session.
Okay,
So there was the second motion by you.
mhm.
And I said, this is also, and I said, this was brought up, I believe, in the discussion.
Our discussion.
And so this is her version of that,
Okay.
okay?
Seems to capture the
So-
intention of the board, of the commission.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just delete that one word "the" on the second.
Got it.
second.
I already struck it out. Okay, so
Okay.
5, and so we're gonna
So-
move this to 5.
Yeah,
And so conferences and training will remain in the benefits section.
Right,
And so we're
okay.
on that section now.
okay. And then the performance evaluations is now its own separate 5, right? And then we're gonna renumber the termination, dismissal, and all that again?
Six.
Okay,
And then 405 becomes 404.
whatever,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
okay. Mike's taking care of that.
Right, so, the off-island and one on-island, that was her, she added that?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes there's a professional, what do you call them? Not, there's
Yeah,
a-
CME.
Yeah, CEUs, right?
CEU.
But they're often on Guam, like I've seen all the attorneys run to the Hilton for a special class on
Yeah.
whatever.
So that's what I think.
So that's an example of an on-island CEU.
Got it.
Professional
Okay.
training,
She's pointing that out.
Got it.
that
Okay.
at least they can go to one
So is that
island.
okay?
No objections.
Okay.
from me.
And then 5, the new 6, nothing else has changed. This is.
Yeah, everything else
Just
is fine.
renumbering, right?
Yeah,
Yep, everything else
yeah,
is
This is
renumbered.
all ours.
Yep.
Okay. So are we fine with that renumbering? And what I suggest we do is, after we redo this, okay? We put it back together, and I'm gonna send it out to all the 5 commissioners to make sure.
Sorry, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
dumb question, number 15, what does number 15 mean?
What's number
Yeah.
15?
No party shall be deemed to have drafted this agreement?
So
What the
that,
hell are we doing?
That's standard, that's what,
What does it mean?
I don't know, but that's the language we have in all of our contracts, Simon.
Well, it doesn't make sense, especially when we're, between the
But
candidate and
it's-
us, we're doing lots of drafting.
No, they're drafting and we're drafting, but
Correct,
you know.
but we can't
it's-
say that no party.
So can we just ask legal counsel to
Yeah.
opine on why that's in
Yeah,
there?
can I ask
Okay,
you
there you
counsel,
go.
because I'm not sure. This got put in for some reason.
Yeah.
and before we just throw it out.
Because our Fino English doesn't make sense to us.
I
What the heck are
know,
we doing?
but
Yeah,
there
no,
may
no,
be
I'm
a
with you, I'm with
legal
you.
thing,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. So that's a
before-
question.
That's a question
Yeah.
that I'll ask.
If it's not required legally, then my
No,
recommendation,
I'll
take it out.
ask- I'll ask legal counsel, because that's our language.
Can you just explain?
Which one?
This,
Dismissal?
yeah, where it says agreement at any time by paying the equivalent of 3 months of the
Oh,
employee's
let's look at that.
Not severance.
Yeah.
pay, right? Of the annual salary?
Right, just take
But
whatever.
prorated in
Yeah.
12 months?
Yeah,
So, well, okay, do we want to just,
You wanna change that?
No, I just for
well, my
clarification
question
for
is,
my part.
why are we locked into,
Yeah.
every time someone is dismissed, we gotta give them 3 months? What if they did a lousy job? What if we, what if?
no,
what-
no, wait, because, listen, we put this in everybody's contract, okay?
Right, but now I'm
No,
pushing
no,
why.
wait, let me explain. Because this one I remember. This one basically is if we wish the employee to leave during this first 3-year period, we agree to do this. If we're doing it for cause or whatever,
Oh, I
we're
see.
not
I
agreeing.
got it.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
so
without cost.
This is without
This
cost.
is like a,
so-
please go away clause.
Yes,
Got
and
it, got it.
we don't have any real reason, we just don't get along or whatever, okay?
How
So
about
this
up-
was our
up-
language.
How about
Can we leave it
up to
alone?
3 months?
Okay, okay.
Okay, well, it's up to the boss. You guys okay with it? If you're okay with it,
Can we
okay,
leave it?
never mind.
'Cause-
Yeah, okay,
It's
yeah.
gonna require a vote anyway.
Yeah,
Well, no, because this,
No, I'm saying it's 3 months, but.
the vote would be if it's for cause or not for
Yeah,
cause. If
right.
it's not for cause, we're saying for sure you're given 3 months.
right, and we,
We're
this
okay
was,
with it.
this
Okay,
was. our
got it,
thing.
got it. Life's gotta move on. Yep. It's, okay.
Okay, now,
Okay, I think we're done.
okay, so administratively, one more time, so, okay, thank you. We're going to, we're going to rewrite this, and then I'm going to circulate it. So
You gotta
I would like
propose
us
it to the
to adopt the redraft as redrafted today and verified when you get the copy. Okay? And then that way we don't need another, I'm trying to avoid another meeting. What I want to do is we adopt the contract and say, this is our proposal now. There was a counter, this is our counter. We're making some changes. Okay? So these are the changes we want made. Authorize the chair to present those changes to the candidate. And before I present the changes to the candidate, I'm going to circulate the redraft to make sure every commissioner agrees, you know, that we didn't miss something.
changes we just
The changes
discussed.
we did now.
Okay.
But I like a motion that says we adopt the changes as made in this meeting. We have a record on the, you know, on the tape.
Okay.
We adopt the changes as made in this meeting as our counter to the counter offer, and that the chairman is
Authorized
authorized
to present.
after verifying with the commissioners to present this to the candidate. And if the candidate accepts at that point, that's it, we're done. Okay? We don't, and how's that?
Good, that makes sense.
Okay, so somebody needs to.
So move, Mr. Chairman. You need it?
You got it? No, it's on the tape, right? You got it. Okay, so there's-
The chairman is going, the chairman and.
Okay. Huh? Who made the motion? Sanchez, Commissioner Sanchez made the motion, Commissioner Santos made second?
Correct.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. So,
We still recess though,
we,
right? What if the candidate says no? Then you
Yeah,
gotta
okay,
bring, then you
so-
gotta bring the body in.
so.
That's the only thing I'm thinking
Yeah,
about.
okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we recess this meeting until just before our CCU meeting, next Tuesday?
Yes.
And at that meeting, we might make an announcement.
Yes, there you go.
That
Okay?
would be
Perfect.
And
5
if-
PM.
Yeah, 5 PM.
Mr. Chairman, I move to recess this meeting to 5 PM, August 24, 2021.
Second?
Second?
Second? All those in favor, say by side. Did we take the vote on the first motion?
Yes.
We did, right? Okay, I just.
There was no objection, and I made the motion. and
Okay,
it was-
I know, I just want, oh,
It was magnanimous.
5 o'clock, right?
this is the
next
summary
Tuesday.
that she wants to, that she agrees to release. Did you see this part? I sent it to everybody.
What is that?
Okay. It comes from the one that's proposed in here.
The evaluation?
Yeah.
Did we already recess or no? Do we,
Yeah,
is it on the agenda? Or it's same part of
It's
the
the same
employment
part of
contract?
this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, why didn't we adopt the meet and greet, meet and agree that was from prior legal counsel? So we're
No.
allowing the
No.
candidate to propose or?
No, this is, if you read the candidate's counter, we're still conducting the evaluation in executive session.
That's correct.
And she's agreeable to allow the
Summary.
publication of the summary.
Yep.
So she's offered a summary A or B for everybody. Can
Maybe
you
we should
pass it
pass
around?
these out, yeah?
Yeah. And,
I'm sorry, should've taken that.
oh,
These are B?
yeah, B, these are the B.
This is, we have A, where's B?
Right, B's here.
Oh, he's coming.
Okay, so is there a preference on the group, A or B, or?
Yeah, my initial reaction is just, when an employee tells me, here's how I want to be evaluated.
No.
And here's my format.
No,
This is the summary.
This is just a summary.
What she's agreeing to disclose.
Yeah,
As a
this,
summary of her evaluation. So it's not the evaluation
It's not the
per se, so we determine how she's evaluated, but she's saying, I agree to disclose this, the results of the summary, and
And
these are
this
your
is-
choices of how it's disclosed, so I'm trying to understand what the difference between the two are.
What is it?
One is numbers, but
Numbers are
I remember in our format is, you could go 3.1,
Yeah.
2.7, you have to literally do the math.
Yeah.
yeah, well, this will be,
In fact, we never formally adopted a summary of,
Right.
yes.
of, how we would summarize the 7 employees that we evaluate. We've never talked about or adopted how we might summarize that evaluation
this
for
is-
public release.
Okay.
In fact, for the 2 that are required by law, right? Didn't we just release the one we did?
No.
Or did we do a summary?
Yeah, but that's, okay, we didn't do a summary, that was in the open session. Stop for a minute. What this is this is what she's agreeing, the way to release her results.
This is very similar to our current,
Yeah, so
Okay, no, so I'm just, no, I bring it up because it was brought to me.
yeah, I just don't understand the
So,
difference.
no, so which one do you want?
So if you look at option B, that will kind of follow ours because we have to write the number in. Remember, there's math involved in what we were doing. And you have to write the number down.
And these
Okay,
numbers would be
so,
the average of the 5
Right.
member
Right.
rating.
So
Pin us
option-
down for 3, 4, or 5.
So option B,
is more of
that's
a-
what you want, I just need to know.
Well, we're just looking at it.
Yeah.
so we're
Okay,
just,
okay.
Trying to figure
So-
out what it
so-
means.
So look at it, everybody take a breath, look at it. I forgot to bring that part up, that was the last part.
I'm just not sure I understand the difference. One has the numbers filled in, which we're going to do. So I don't know if she's saying
I-
option B is we leave them blank, and option A, we put them in.
Yeah, but if you look up right there in the box section, you still have the number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's not giving us the range that we were able to use in our format of performance.
Oh,
evaluation.
yeah, so is the candidate saying they can only be rated 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Where we know in practice, we had some 3.4s.
No, I don't think she would have thought that much into it.
No, I don't
Can we
think
just
she
get
was-
clarification?
Then why did we
Can
wanna
she
go in
please
the
just clarify what the difference between these two
Oh,
are?
no,
Okay,
because-
okay,
no,
I
what it
didn't
was was
ask
that
her,
we didn't-
by the way.
we
She
didn't
just gave it to me, I
necessarily
didn't
agree.
talk to her about it.
You just said, you can go between
But
0
I
and
can
5.
ask her.
Right.
So,
Because what
So
this
then-
looks
then we
like,
took the 5
what
number-
both of these
the-
look
your
like
number
is similar
for-
to our
in
current
category
evaluation
X,
process.
Actually,
right?
I couldn't
Basically
tell
We
the
took the
saying-
5 numbers and took the
When I
average
first
and
looked at
say
it, I
for
couldn't tell the
category
difference.
X, so
Well,
and
there's a
so
big
got
difference, but,
3.7. And that's the number we wrote down.
We just need
But
clarification from
we
her, what's the
didn't
difference between
detail
the two?
Commissioner A's was
I don't
4.2
understand.
and
The only
Commissioner.
difference is these numbers are filled
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
but
We didn't say Commissioner A was
is she
4.2,
saying that,
Commissioner B was
uh,
3.2.
That's right.
she
and the
agrees
average
to
was
disclose
3.7. We
all of
just
the
put in
ratings,
there.
and in this one, she just wants
The
the
cumulative.
final number?
yeah, so one is, each commissioner's ratings are revealed, and the other one is just the cumulative number.
Oh, we want
So-
So
cumulative.
that's what she said?
Yeah, so what,
You don't want individual, you want the?
I think, I like
I like the
cumulative.
cumulative.
I like cumulative.
I like the cumulative.
like the
Well, it's
cumulative.
all gonna be it's all going to be rolled up, but so,
No, I'm just saying,
what
so
is she wanting us to disclose?
she's
the rolled up
giving us
version?
an option, and so what do we want?
Well, I don't understand what her options are, I don't
Okay.
understand what the
This way,
two are.
Joey, so each one of us are gonna fill out a form, right, is what she's saying? As opposed to the way we did it is, we talked, we came to a number and then we wrote it in.
It's a
and
cumulative
Yeah.
number.
There it is.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
Are we doing this now all by ourselves? We start and then we submit it and we say, here's, it should be cumulative, right?
So, you
Because
know what?
You need to clarify that.
Okay, I can clarify it, but
Right.
to me, just, we make a decision, we just tell her it's cumulative, if that's what we want.
But that's, I think what we're doing is we're assuming that's what she means
Yeah,
by
that's not
these
fair.
two, and we don't know what none of us
Just ask.
understand.
Just
So we
ask.
just need to clarify.
Okay.
But I think the commission wants to roll it up into one cumulative score. But if she's saying you can publish this, which is very similar to our evaluation form, then I'm all for it, because that's the complete.
Individually though?
No, the
Cumulative.
cumulative. Yeah.
Yeah,
But but she's basically saying you can release the entire evaluation form. Every key indicator, how we rated it, that's fantastic.
yeah, so,
So what's the difference between B and A? That's what
I
I'm.
think she
I-
did.
That's what we did.
Yeah, that's what,
I don't-
that's where we got confused, because all of a sudden.
okay,
Right.
I didn't ask, because,
No problem, just
Okay.
if you can clarify what is the
Okay.
difference?
But, and then you can communicate that our intent is we all evaluate and the
it's the
final
cumulative,
Is the
cumulative
average
score,
is the
the
average
average
score.
score will be published. And if what she's saying is that, okay, so the difference between these two is that we could actually write the individual numbers for every key indicator, then option A. If this one, I think what she's saying is she just wants the points,
the points, the cumulative.
total points,
Oh, the total points, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
right, with no,
Which is
no
how we
individual.
did
No
John
individual,
and
yeah.
Miguel.
That's assuming we all arrived at, you know, 'cause some of us voted 4.5.
Right, but if I recall, when we released, correct me if I'm wrong, we did it as I'm hearing Commissioner Santos and Giaco describe, you know, we said, here's our employee, and for category A, you know, we did a number, and category A, the number was 3.7. The average of the 5 scores of that
Right.
category for employee number 1, right?
For the
And then-
general manager.
And then
You're talking about.
all we did was put the 3.7. We didn't put,
Right.
Commissioner Santos did a 2,
No.
Commissioner
Right,
Santos
right.
did
We
a
didn't-
4.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
took the average of the commission, the
So-
consensus of the body, that employee A was
So let me ask the
3.2 in
question.
this section.
Let me ask the question, does anybody have an idea of which one does that?
Option A.
Option A does the cumulative?
Option A looks like you were disclosing how she performed on every single category by number. Option B looks like there's none of this information filled out individually, and that potentially there's just a total points being reported.
Okay,
So I like option A.
okay. So she gave us option A and option B. I
sorry,
think
what's
she's
the difference
asking
between
us
A and
what
B?
we
I
want.
think the difference between option A is that every section gets a numbered rating that we disclose to the public,
Right.
right? Rather than option B, which those individual
Okay.
ratings are left blank, and you're really just totaling up the total points per section. So section A is a total point number with no individual ratings per criteria. Option A,
Actually had the
every
ratings.
single rating,
Had a
and
cumulative,
every
and in
single
our case,
key.
it would be the cumulative rating.
Correct.
Okay, if that's what you meant, I'm
Option
with
A.
you. Yeah, yeah.
So,
'Cause and that's how we
can
did
I ask
John
around
and Miguel.
who's, I
I'm
have
for
two,
option
option A, option
I'm okay with option
A. Okay, so,
But make sure she understands
No, no, no,
option A
that's
the
how
way
we're reading it
Michael's
too.
Yeah,
explaining it.
that's
Make
how,
sure,
we're assuming that that's.
our understanding is the same as hers, yeah, make sure.
okay, okay.
A.
Somebody, can I have another, option
Fino
A?
English.
Somebody
The
has
Fino
one too many option A's. Okay, no, but I need one option A.
I don't need any.
Oh, you don't need any, because I sent this to
I
you.
have 2 option A's, do you need?
No,
ended up with
Mike's
2.
giving me his.
Do you want one? I had
Here,
that picture.
here's-
I'm not gonna take any of these documents.
That's true, that's true.
Okay, so I have my assignment.
Sorry,
Perfect.
Good luck, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
So, I mean, we,
okay,
we're-
now can we recess officially?
Yes,
We haven't
yes, sir.
recessed.
Till 5 p.m. on the 24th.
Yeah,
I move to reset the meeting till 5
5
PM on August 24, 2021.
A second.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
5-minute recess.
Yeah, okay. What? The work session.
Real work session.
Remember we
That's why we recessed it to this time. Hello?
so we didn't have to come back separate just for that.
Can I bring it all in?
All packed up and ready to go.
On time?
There's not that much on it. There's not that much on it.
I don't think there's
Yeah, I
a
was
lot.
thinking the same line with you, Michael.
Yeah.
I said, Lana, when I saw everybody putting it away, I said, oh, wow, I get to go home early.